You are watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the October 25th meeting of the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau Board of Managers. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, we're going to call to order the October 25th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Managers for the LaPorte County Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm sorry. Oh,
There she is. There she is.
oh, there she is. Okay. Do you want to do the roll call?
Oh, unless Laura's here.
Oh,
I can do it.
okay.
If you'd like.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. Becky Greenlaw. Here. Pat Harris.
Here.
Corinne Myers. Leanne Jones. Martha King. Here. Adam Konishny.
Here.
Laura Kretz. Here. Mike Seitz. Doug Waters.
Here.
Hey, as y'all know, last month Jack did say that he would not be here today. He had a conflict in something that was scheduled that he could not reschedule. So he's not here today, but we'll miss him. We'll try to carry on in his spirit of our meeting. But with that, I'd also like to introduce our new business manager for the Fairgrounds Management and Events Corporation, otherwise known as FMEC, Ms. Joy Ziegler. You'll give a report later on, but is there anything you want to say at this time, Joy? You've been with us, what, 2 months, about 2 months?
Yes.
Okay.
Still learning a lot. And still trying to get immaculated with everything. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be here. I have a kind of a unique history with the fair. Been out there a long time, and it's such a huge asset to our community. I'm hoping that I can help continue that to grow and make it bigger and better for everyone around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any public comments at this time? Hearing none, we'll move right into approving our minutes. You've had a chance to review them. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second.
We have a motion by Doug Waters and a second by Martha King. Any other discussions? Those in favor say aye. I'm sorry, roll call vote.
Let's just call up our own names and get their own hands and go around the table.
Doug Waters.
Yes, aye. Here.
Laura Kretz.
Aye.
Adam Konishny. Martha King. Aye. Pat Harris.
Aye.
Becky Greenlaw.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
And we'll, with that, we'll go right into our officers' report. And I'll begin with just kind of a quick statement about the emails that you guys got with the Surtech report. I do hope you all had a chance to review that. And again, our numbers are just really stellar in that report, an outstanding job. And we had quite kind of a summary last month from the team, all different phases of the team. Rick gave us kind of a review, and Katie gave us her review, and Jack and Linda and so forth. So just want to make mention to, if you haven't had a chance to go through it thoroughly, please do so, because it really tells you how much of an impact that event has on our entire community, all our business partners, just the community at large, and just bringing about a great spirit to the community during those six or 7 days that they're here. And it leaves a good spirit too, because even after that, there's still buzz going on. So, for my FMEC report today, I'm going to defer that because Joy is here and she'll cover all of the details of what's going on with that. We'll be talking with FMEC shortly about our contract for next year to continue to help support that position. So that'll be coming up, but other than that, we'll just wait for Joy to give us an update on that. And Jack gave me some notes, so let me make sure I do cover them. Oh, that's not mine. I'm going to ask Nelson just to briefly give us an update on our status with our landlord.
That's a good way to put it. But nice being with you guys today. I had COVID last meeting and spared you guys of that, so nice being with you today. So as Pat said, yes, we have been in communication with the landlord here. They sent us a proposal. We responded with our letter of intent, and that's where we are. At this time, we're considering a renewal of the 5-year terms. Obviously, we're negotiating the amounts, and we're hoping to hear back from them soon so we can get it finalized before the end of the year. We still haven't heard. We know that they have a local representative here, and we're going to be reaching out to them again to see if they want to respond to our proposal. And that's really the next step. Once we have more details about the amounts, we will share those with you all. But at this time, they've set a proposed amount, we countered, and that's where we are. And we're gonna leave it there until we have some set numbers to present to you all. But just wanted to give you a brief update that we are in communication. We are still considering this building and this location, and it's still the same landlord, so much of the same should be expected. We just want to make sure that we have a price that we're comfortable with. So that's where we are.
And just so that you all know, Jack, Nelson, and I are in constant communication throughout the month, not just at the board meetings or right before it. We're in constant communication. We want to try to get this resolved so that we can go ahead and move forward with knowing we're going to have a home. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure we will. I probably shouldn't say that, but I'm sure we will. Okay, with that, we'll go right into our treasurer's report.
Okay. So for September 2022, total accounts payable of $67,584.61, with a total payroll of $80,647.90, for a grand total of $148,232.51. And I will circulate the packet that also contains the statement of financial position and P&L budget performance and the September account reconciliations and the claim sheets.
Just a note here, if you look at our innkeeper's tax, it's growing. It's ahead of last year. If you remember last year, it was a record number. And this year it's even, at this point, we're already ahead of last year's. So we still have 3 more months to collect. And it looks like it's going to be another increase, major increase, another record. Now, I don't know how many years we're going to be able to go and make a record every year, but let's just ride this out and see how long it goes. And keep doing proactive things. I know Amy and the team are doing things. Linda, did you have anything you want to add to that? Because I know you guys work constantly on that.
Yeah, so we, as you know, have a hotel committee. So Amy and Katie, who's here today, and Brett are all part of that, and they split out and work with all the different hotels. They go out personally and meet with the manager or the owner, who now know who they are and are hopefully very welcome when they do come in. So it gives a good feel for that property to know that the CVB is in touch, and if they have questions, that they can be answered. So that's made a huge difference since we started doing that. And like I said, we've got 2 of the ones here today that are heavily involved in that team as well.
Keep up the good work. Gonna be able to do some great things with those funds for the community, and that's the goal. The more we can bring in, the more we can put back into the community, because that's what we do with money. We try to invest it back, and I know you all know, but for the public out there, those funds that we get are ways to increase our visitation to this community of LaPorte County, and the more funds we have, the more we can do that. So that's just more money. Those hotels are really funding themselves and giving us those funds. for providing those funds. Okay, with that, are there any other comments about the financials? If not, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Motion to approve the financials as stated.
Second?
We have a motion by Doug Waters and a second by Laura Krenz. Any discussion? May we have the roll call vote, please?
Becky Greenlaw,
Aye.
Pat Harris,
Aye.
Martha King. Aye. Adam Konechny.
Aye.
Laura Krenz,
Aye.
Mike Sights,
Aye.
and Doug Waters.
I didn't say that. Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Okay, we'll move right down to our CEO report. And the one thing Jack wanted me to make sure you all are aware of is he is working on the budget. You will get it during the month, before the next month's meeting. And at that meeting, then we'll be looking to approve the budget. So when you get it in the email, look it over. Feel free to contact Jack and ask him any questions about it. He and I did kind of a rough overview of it, but he's fine-tuning some things, and it will be ready for you. I don't know if you want to add anything, Gail?
No, I don't think we anticipate any major changes. We've made some shifts this year that have better supported our ability to support all of our communities. So we'll work from that stance. And as you say, share with the board as soon as we have some figures.
Okay. And he also wanted to make sure that you looked at the basketball schedule for the NIBC, which is going to be here in January. And it is tentative, so it may change, but it just gives you an idea of the potential for the activities for those 3 days. So he is working on that to get that finalized, and as soon as we have it, we're going to move forward with that. He also wanted to make sure you looked at the economic impact report, the annual economic impact report that he had attached in your packet. So make sure you have a chance to look that over. And with that, we'll move right into Linda's report. Okay, thank you.
Can I interrupt? I'm so sorry. Jack did mention that the basketball schedule indicates which games will be viewed on ESPN.
Yeah.
And he asked that no one share that at this point because they've not been confirmed.
Okay.
So the city will put out a press release when that's occurred.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay, no, thank you, Pat. Now that you mentioned the basketball tournament, just to mention, everyone knows that our regional group, Indiana School North, purchased billboards this year, approved by the county council for this year and next year on the Indiana Toll Road. And we are in the process of now getting ready to put up the billboard for the basketball tournament. So that should be coming up. That'll be one of the first ones you get to coming from Mishawaka heading back this way. Also, I think everybody was here, I might be missing a couple, that weren't here at our last board meeting and handed out our 2021 community report. So I do have them on the table. Martha, I just gave you yours. We've had a great opportunity to get those kind of dispensed throughout the county. Last week I had Economic Development Michigan City, so we had a chance to get those out. We just want everyone, especially stakeholders and so on, to see what happened last year and know what we are doing each year in our community. Also, I was at Michigan City Council last week and also handed these out to the City Council, and we're going to try to get some out as well to the County Council and commissioners and so on. But it's a great tool, and we just want everyone to be able to boast, especially our elected officials, as far as everything that's happening here at the CDB along with our board support. So I wanted to just mention that. Great News Live. Gail, were you able to send that link out to the board?
Yes.
Okay, So everyone knows what I'm talking about. A couple weeks ago, Great News Life, we have a contract with them for LaPorte County Life and Northwest Indiana Life. Reached out and it's part of our package, and they wanted to do a story on Visit Michigan City LaPorte, couple partners and so on. So that ran, I think, a couple weeks ago. Got a lot of good feedback, but once again, another way to get what's happening here at the Convention and Visitors Bureau, and et cetera, et cetera. So that was a great article that came out. And then right now, myself and Chelsea are working with NDOT and Visit Indiana, the Welcome Rest Area coming out of Michigan, which is in LaPorte County. We have a webinar coming up on November 9th, and we've had a chance to go out and take some pictures of the inside so they can actually see what it needs for improvement. So the webinar will consist of all of those CVBs that are close to or in the county of these rest areas. And so obviously in Indiana, we'll be looking at putting a lot of their new marketing up, and then it gives us the opportunity to showcase LaPorte County. So after that meeting on the 9th, our November meeting, we'll have a better update. But if anyone stopped at that area, it's well overdue for a facelift, and we are responsible for taking our visitor guides and any of our partners' brochures. The state will ship their stuff there, and they have someone on site that will take care. So it's kind of exciting because usually if you come in from Detroit and this is your first stop, it just kind of gives you a welcome, but also here's some things to do in LaPorte County, and while you're here, pull up our brochures and so on. So we're real excited about that. And visitor guide, full steam ahead. We're at a place now that we can kind of breathe. We've got some wonderful stories on some of our partners, new advertisers that have really come out. So they've been very supportive for the 2023 visitor guide. So by the first week in December, everything will be ready to send to the printer, and we're hoping right after Christmas those will all be delivered, and then we'll get them out into the county ASAP. So a lot of things happening, but our team is just doing an awesome job with everything we have going on. So on the marketing side, once again, just looking at 2023 contracts, what we did this year, and if anything new we want to add in, and working with Jack to give him those numbers as well. So other than that, everything else is just moving right along.
Okay, Brett, did you have some updates for us on the activities?
Sure.
I know you always have a full slate of things.
Well,
Boy.
I guess we'll start out with, we just had an announcement yesterday from the city of LaPorte that the Donda Academy from California is coming to play La Lumiere on Veterans Day. Game's gonna start at 7 o'clock LaPorte time. Doors will open at 6. This will not affect the Veterans Day ceremony we always have at the Civic. We will still have that morning. The doors on November 11th for the Veterans Day ceremony. They'll open at 9. They serve coffee and donuts to vets and that in the lower level. And then I believe at 10:30 the ceremony starts. And then after that's over, we'll tear down the floor and get ready for the basketball game that evening. And then the next morning, we will have, or the next day, we'll have the 7th annual LaPorte Brew Fest on November 12th. It starts at noon. November 5th, we'll be hosting the inaugural concert for the LaPorte County Symphony's 50th celebration. Let's see here, November 19th, no, that's a wedding. November 26th will be we have a lot going on November 26th. The second, or the first Saturday after Thanksgiving, it's Small Business Saturday, so the Collective will be hosting their artisan market at the Civic from 10 to 4. We have the Santa Parade that is being changed up a little bit this year. We're going to start at 3 o'clock. The goal is to hopefully incorporate a little more lighting and some fun into the floats. We've changed the route of the Santa Parade after talking with the street department and the LaPorte City Police Department. We got some feedback last year, people being upset being stuck like on the overpass and that during the stop on Lincoln Way. So we're gonna start the parade on the corner of Tipton and State, go all the way down State Street to Michigan Avenue. Gonna go south on Michigan to Lincoln Way, and then back east to Plaza 618, where Santa will be dropped off at the chalet to receive kids, say hello, all those fun things. And then we're also gonna shut down the Stitch that day for a little while, probably from 3 to 6. We have social queue already lined up, a couple coffee shops. Gonna try to have some like caroling out there, either taped music or live. We're still working on that. Joy's got a lot of help on that with a few other people on our committee for the Santa Parade. So we're looking to have a lot of fun with that. And then that'll run from 3 to 6 at the Stitch or the 600 block of Monroe. Then let's see here, December 3rd and 4th, we have I think it's Saturday, December 3rd is the Eclipse Performing Arts out of the Valpo, Chesterton area come over. They're doing 2 presentations of the Nutcracker. It is a dance company, and the people that participate in this group generally go on to college. The instructor's daughter is a performer with the Nashville Ballet Company. High quality. I highly encourage anybody that wants to get out and do something a little different for the holidays to come see them. It's a great show. They put on 2 shows that day. That's December 3rd. And then December 10th is the Holiday at the Pops with the LaPorte County Center.
What day is that?
The Holiday at Pops is December 10th. And that is, for a lot of us, the marking of the holiday season in LaPorte. That's always one of our favorite events.
Yes.
And then December 17th, we have the Mega Beatles coming back to the Civic Auditorium for a concert. Hopefully, we will have nothing Christmas weekend. And then Friday, December 30th, we're having an early New Year's Eve concert with local band, the Head Honchos, and LaPorte native, who's pretty popular down in Indianapolis and Bloomington area. Rich Hardesty and his band, the Little Nashvilles, are coming up. So we're looking to have a great time with that on December 30th. And then obviously we'll roll right into NIBC after the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking to do something on January 14th, some type of concert. I'm looking at 2 options. There's a Marvin Gaye tribute out there, and there's a different one that's kind of similar. I haven't made up my mind on which.
Well, I just want to say the Prince tribute was really well done.
It was a great show. And I don't think people realize until they're there just how talented those musicians are.
They are.
Not only did he do a great job of replicating Prince, but the music behind him was outstanding.
And just his overall appearance and presentation of himself as Prince. You know, it was done. His little gestures were.
A lot of people, when you advertise tribute bands, tend to downplay it. If you pick the right tribute bands, they're really hard to watch.
I tell you,
yes.
Buckingham's and
And that was an actual real one. The week before, September 30th.
Great.
You were there. That was a great show.
Oh, that was great.
Laura was there too. It was a wonderful
Crying
show.
Shames and Buckingham's.
Jim Peter, I guess, had the album coming out, so they're doing an interview with him and that. So that there's some possibilities down the road, just maybe bringing him back.
Great.
Excellent use of the facility. I mean, to bring that kind of entertainment.
Our commitment to community events and then our commitment to trying to raise revenue and entertain at the same time. And I think we're doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Yes, you are. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You got somebody to play Santa Claus?
I'm working on that. We do have someone.
Are you volunteering? Are you volunteering?
A few dates down there.
I did that for a few years.
I know you
We have
did.
a nice Santa Claus costume, thanks to my.
Did you find it?
Yes. It's at the dry cleaners right now, actually.
Really? Good, okay.
I've been working on a couple people possibly to help with that too. No names divulged, but Mrs. Krenz.
We'll talk.
But no pressure.
Katie,
No, we have a lot of things lined up for the holiday season. We're very happy.
thank you. Katie, did you have anything you wanted to share with us on our?
I don't have any updates yet. We're kind of at a standstill right now, so hopefully at next month's meeting I will.
Okay, very good, thank you. And then we have Joy with our Fairgrounds Management and Events Corporation. I know she jumped right in and just running right at the start. So
Yes, that's putting it lightly. Yeah, I'm still getting my feet wet, like I said, and trying to catch up on everything. Having some technical difficulties, but we're working through that. So I don't quite have access to everything yet, like emails, important things. So they're working on getting that done. But just a couple events that are upcoming and kind of to tag along with what Brett was saying the weekend after November. The Chris Kindle Market that Bethany Church puts on that usually is at their church. They are moving that to the fairgrounds. For those of you that don't know, they have taken on the 2 church buildings that are out there and renovated and actually dropped quite a bit of money into bringing those kind of up to date. I think the cost amount last year I heard was about $40,000 that they put into them right off the bat, which is phenomenal, and they needed that upgrade, so they're trying to utilize those out there as well. So by bringing the Chris Kindle Market out there, that's a way to do that. And it's gonna be 2 weekends, so it'll be the weekend after Thanksgiving, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the first weekend in December, same day as Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then also on that first weekend in December is always the Pioneer Land Christmas on that Saturday and Sunday. So there could be probably talking 5,000 to 6,000 people out there on the grounds, which is phenomenal, and that's what we want. We want that exposure.
exactly.
So those couple things coming right off to kick off, again, the holiday season and just to kind of coincide with what's going on in LaPorte. There's a lot to do in our area, which is great. In February, they have a couple things coming in. We actually have quite a bit booked already for next year. Maybe not huge events, but almost every weekend there is something going on. I was shocked to see that. I'm glad that it's being used at what it is, and I just hope I want to build on that. One of the things that was talked about when they were looking for a person for this position was also continuing to bridge that communication with not only the Fair Board, but all of the groups that are out there on the grounds. My personal feeling is the grounds need to be used for what it is. It is a fairgrounds, it's for the 4-H groups, it's for the draft horse people, for any of the other entities that are out there, like the church who has the buildings or the conservation groups. Having them be able to have their events there and utilize the grounds and help improve that. Obviously, we want to also entertain and bring in other things and outside stuff, but I think anything that we do to improve that, we need to think about that stuff too, and for Fair Week, of course. So I want to make sure that we're keeping all of those groups in the loop. So my goal, and I've already been talking with the 4-H, I want to meet with each of the individual areas, so the horse and pony, all the animal ones, the draft horse, all of that, and let them know, one, what we've put into the grounds, what's been done, because a lot of that is all underground, so to speak, and you can't see it, so they don't know what's been done infrastructure-wise, and what the plan is to continue to do that. So they understand where the money's going, what we're putting it into, and why that we're gonna ask them to maybe pay a little bit of rent when they're having their events out there, because it's been free in the past. So not trying to kill them, I get it, they need to make money too, but they gotta understand we have to cover our costs. So we wanna explain that right off the bat and start off this year with that expectation. And along those lines too, Larry Lewandowski has also started his beautification process. I don't know if he had the map of that he showed, but trees have been planted. So if anyone's been out there in the last couple weeks, they've already put in, I think, 10 to 15 trees, if that's what he said in the meeting the other night.
Yeah.
And then also some hedges that they're doing where the county park area is off to the side of Pioneer Land. We're redoing that. And the goal is there to eventually make that area more of a venue that people can have and rent that area for a wedding. Plan is to have a gazebo of some sort built, pretty big gazebo, so a band could be playing up there, or if anyone had a wedding ceremony, they could utilize that area too. So it's gonna be done up with more of the grasses and flowers and hedge, so it looks more unique and in that area. So that's already underway too, and I know he has a much greater extensive plan to continue doing that. So it's moving quickly.
Yeah. Well, that's what we want to hear. The ultimate goal is, if you all remember, when we started with the Blue Ribbon Committee, and then out of that was formed the organization, the 501c3. But the ultimate goal is to have it bring in enough revenue to become self-sufficient, because right now it is supported mainly by the county council, which is doing a lot of the infrastructure work. But now with the rent and all the other revenue streams that you have out there, that's starting to bring income in also to help support the administrative side of it. And that's where we come in too, because it's a wonderful asset to have in our community. We just got to make sure we use it and make sure everybody knows that we have this beautiful facility here that you can host your event. We do have the sign up now, and it's actually going to be another way to maybe bring in some income.
Correct.
With, like, we can advertise on that, and anybody can advertise on that. They just have to contact the office and set it up to be displayed out there. But that's another good thing that was done, was for Horizon Bank being so generous to help us fund that sign. So we do appreciate that. Okay, anybody else have anything burning that they need to share with us today? Any new business? With that, our next meeting is November 22nd. I think that's the Tuesday right before Thanksgiving. Okay. So have a great month, and the meeting is adjourned.
Kim?